people getting a flu shot or getting a, avian flu inoculation. There's another very insidious disease, if you will, which is really a man-made disease. It's a biological construct called MERS coronavirus out of the Middle East. It's the Middle East respiratory syndrome. It's made its way into Europe to a certain extent, and eventually, because of air travel, it will reach around the world. It's another example of where inoculations or vaccines are being derived, or they're trying to derive for. That, again, I always like to go all the way to the end. What's the purpose? What's the goal? If you have a man-made or engineered virus, why was it created? Is it simply just to kill people? Well, that's one part of it, but if you go further and you go deeper than that, it is to get people to demand a vaccine, a shot, if you will, or a pill. Why would, if you're in a position of control, of power, of ultimate power, why would you want people to demand a vaccine? Well, it's because something's in the vaccine that you want people to then have as a part of their body.
And people will demand a vaccine to get their lives in America back to where it once was, which America will never go back to where it once was. And I'm going to continue in this video. But first, giving all praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rechahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations always to the elect. And this is an interview, as you can see, from 2014. Speaking of this coronavirus, it's something that's been around. This particular strand of it that's taking the world by storm is just another strand, just like they have various strands of flus and all of these various different things. This stuff has been around, sitting in these, chemical labs. He puts them out when he sees fit, and this is nothing different, and it's actually offing people. It's actually doing what he wants it to do, but we know that the reaction and solution is what we focus on with this devil, because that's how he operates. And people are demanding, just like the movie, what's that, Contagious or Contagion, I forget, it's one of those. People were demanding that vaccine. They had the cure the whole time, but as he's saying, there's a reason that they're going to that they want people to demand these vaccines, because there's something in the vaccine, which, we're going to listen to it, but that ultimately is going to lead to their overall plan, man, because they're going to off a lot of people through this, and there's going to be more super diseases and, strands of viruses that are going to be let loose via the Most High sword. The left hand, Esau Edom, he's getting ready to try to accomplish something that is very, very wicked. But let's listen to a little bit more of this interview. And like a lot of people think we go too far with, what Esau Edom is getting ready to do with this whole market of beast technology. But the insiders have been telling you, and clearly the scriptures tell you that this man is getting ready to do some major wickedness. So that mark of the beast, the solution to this all will very well entail, at the end of the day, at some point, a vaccine, and eventually the mark of the beast, the RFID technology, which has many, many uses. And it could even be presented at first as something you won't need to buy and sell. This devil is very, very crafty, man. But let's go ahead and listen to this, Salakia.
Well, what is in the vaccine that you want everybody to have inside their body? It is a DNA manipulator or modifier. I mentioned earlier third strand DNA. There is already, and you can find this on the internet, in existence, a third strand of DNA constructed of silicon. Again, we go back to the silicon chip in computers. The third strand is made of silicon and is also coated in gold. If you talk about nanotechnology,
and without silicon, there is no mark of the beast. Without, here it is. This devil prides himself on being the Most High God, but he needs and uses everything that already is to make himself great. He relies on a creator, but without silicon, there is no chip. But if you listen to what he's saying, there's a third strand DNA thing that they want to inject in people, and it's coated in silicon and gold and things of that sort to compromise and take over people's immune system. And if you think this is far-fetched, then you don't know the so-called white man. All right, now let's listen to a little bit more. We'll get a few scriptures, man.
Nano layers. This is extremely thin coating of gold down to a billionth of a millimeter of gold that is coating the silicon from which you are building a third strand of DNA. The purpose of the gold is to increase the surface area around this strand so that more information can be digitally imparted or programmed. Essentially what you're doing is you're creating a third strand of DNA. You are transferring that or imparting it into a person's body through a vaccine that person's demanding because they're afraid of contracting MERS coronavirus or avian flu or whatever it may be. And so the government, if you will, or the powers that be sit back and they kind of chuckle when they say, well, we couldn't have forced people to take this vaccine or to take this hidden third strand of DNA. They would rebel against it. But if we create the problem and present the solution, people will demand the solution. Thus we achieve our ultimate goal of having this DNA in every person changed. Well, let's go deeper. What's the goal? What's the purpose? Yeah, you go around and change everybody's DNA. What do they become? They become a hybrid. The insidious part of this is that once a person is injected, almost immediately their DNA undergoes transformation. Almost immediately they lose all awareness of the fact that they've lost their independence.
The form of what it was supposed to be. When you read Genesis, the first chapter, when you read the creation story, one thing you notice is that all of creation was said to be good. It was good. But the devil says, nah, it wasn't good enough, and alters it. And the end result is destruction, sickness, confusion. Okay? And all of these mutations are no better, or in no shape, form, or fashion better than what it was originally intended to be. Okay? And this is what he wants to do with human beings. He wants to change them, and he's already been doing all of this stuff. He wants to change your DNA makeup so that he can cut off the blessing of Jacob and ultimately have dominion over all of the Most High's creation, man. And this is what this whole mark of the beast technology is all about. It's beyond just a chip, okay? Yeah, they're going to need to put a chip in you. They're going to need all of this technology and stuff inside of you, but they want to be the Most High God, okay? They want to have dominion and control over all of the Lord's creation. That's why they alter every goddamn thing. So this vaccine that they're gonna come out with could very well be what this insider is talking about. You see, and as the scriptures say, he's gonna make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. So you're gonna have particular insiders and people who know particular things to let these things out. Okay, let's get a scripture real quick. This is Nahum chapter 1 and 11. There is one come out of thee that imagineth evil against Yahweh, a wicked counselor. Now, a lot of people hear us, preach about how the Edomites will eventually be destroyed off of the face of the earth. And they think that that's very harsh. They think we're going too far. They use the racist thing and this and that. But when you look at what this devil is trying to do, it is the only solution. Okay, when you read the book of Obadiah, when you read prophecy and it talks about this wicked nation of people eventually being stopped, when you hear about Babylon the Great being destroyed, that is the only solution to everything getting better, man. Okay, that wicked counselor is ultimately Esau Edom. Okay, and he imagineth wickedness. Okay, he imagineth evil against Yahweh. Now let's get this in the book of Psalms, 21st chapter. Okay, and it even goes deeper than that. It's so much information. There's so much that this man has been doing and trying to do that and then I guess you can throw it all away by just throwing out the term conspiracy theorist, as if this devil is not up to no good and has been up to no good. Okay, since forever, man. He's never stopped. He's never meant good for anyone. He's never created a vaccine that would actually be good for you Israelites. He's always sought to throw you off. From the time you're born, he's seeking to throw you off from what you're supposed to be. From the stuff he injects into your mother, the way you're born, the vaccines he puts in you, when you're born. Okay, the mother isn't lactating milk, so he gives you formula. It's a formula to lower your vibration from birth. Then the education, then the food, the air, the water, the education, the frequencies. He's always seek to throw you Israelites off. Even the everyday common people, man. He wants them in a state of oblivion. He wants to kill off a whole hell of a lot of them, man. You see, but he wants to totally compromise, all right, the immune system of what is, man, the mankind, especially you Israelites. That way he can cut off the blessing, man. This is his plan. If people think that this man is not capable of thinking up something like this, absolutely he is, man. you know, this man has in your face altered the foods, man. The foods you're eating aren't real. These foods have particular things in them from the foundation of earth that were created to be at one with our body to produce health, man, to produce life. He's altered that. So here it is, you eat 1,000 apples, you're not getting any of the nutrients that you're supposed to get from an apple. You're breathing air, you're being taken away from what you're supposed to be. You're being lessened through breathing, through drinking water, through taking a shower, you're being destroyed. About the very things we need for life, he's altered them, he's destroyed them. And now he's going to try to do that final, thing or what wickedness and try to overtake humans, man. And he's been talking about it, transhumanism. Okay, there's various things he's put in movies. There's various things that are out there that you can research. This is what this devil wants to do. And then that chip being put in you seals the deal. Your soul is now on a database. Your control, your God is now the so-called white man. This is Psalms 21. Okay. Let's see here. Now this whole chapter is good. But yep, I'll start at 7. For the king trusted in the Lord, is King David. and through the mercy of the Most High he shall not be moved. Thine hand shall find out all thine enemies. Remember, the scripture said the man of sin would have to be revealed. Okay, Esau, Edom would be made bare. This is just a part of it, man. And then you have Israelites talking about conspiracy theories. You have Israelites saying this man, we don't have to worry about these things. These things don't need to be talked about. Well, what the hell is the watchman for? The watchman was made to warn the people of what the sword to come, man. It says, for the king trusteth in Yahweh, and through the mercy of the Most High he shall not be moved. Lord willing, we're not moved, man, because we are the tabernacle and house of David. So when you read these Psalms, they're written for us, man, to be comforted in this time. Okay? Thine hand shall find out all thine enemies. Thy right hand, which is Yahweh, shall find out those that hate thee. And these people hate you, man. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger, man. And that's coming, man. Yahweh shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Okay, and this is speaking of Esau, Edom. When you go in prophecy, you can link this to various things. Isaiah 47 tells you that Babylon will be as stubble. The book of Obadiah tells you that Esau shall be as stubble. Malachi tells you that the day is gonna come where he's gonna burn them as an oven, and all the proud and they that do wickedness shall be stubble. You see? Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger. Yahweh shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. This is going to always be kept around. What the hell are we going to do? Have a Planned Parenthood in the kingdom of heaven to, monitor their birth rates and do the wickedness that they did? No. We're going to end the problem by taking out and destroying each one of these people, man. And there are particular people who look like so-called Negroes right now. They're Edomites. You see? All of their asses got to go, man. This is the goddamn problem, man. Okay? Even the Edomites who are, so speaking against, what they, what their elites have going on. See, for years, the average so-called white person, they fought for this whole white supremacist, construct. But now that they see it's not benefiting them, they want to speak out against what these devils were doing. Well, when we were at the, which we're still at the bottom, we were getting our asses hung from trees and, getting destroyed. You did have particular so-called white people, which some of them could have been Israelites marching with us, and, but the scriptures did say that they would seek to please the poor, man, and that they would complain of an ungodly father. So none of that matters. All of you are Edomites, okay, who are from that seed, and you're going to be destroyed, man. Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. And this is what we're reading about. This is what we're talking about. Them overtaking DNA, them changing the genetic makeup of what is forever. And they've done it with foods. And they're doing it with humans. But they're trying to complete it and perfect it. And they need this vaccine inside of people to do it, man. That's why they're shutting down the whole world, man. And this is just the beginning stages of the wickedness to come, man. Let's look up this word mischievous. Hold up. Mazama. Device, plot, discretion, device, evil devices. The root word, zama. To have a thought, devise a plan, a conspiracy, man. A conspiracy. So you Israelites are going to be faced with something very, very serious soon. And you're going to have to make a decision. Okay? Because they're going to come with the solution to this big problem. And a lot of more people are going to die, whether they're actually dying from the virus or whether they're actually lying. People are dying, man. Okay? Whether they're messing with the numbers, whatever happens, people who are going to the hospital to be treated, that's why we got to pray, man. You know, we got to pray. People going to the hospital to be treated, they're giving medicines and injections that's killing them off, man. I know someone who I went to school with heard that he just passed away from this whole coronavirus. So people are dying, but we know the so-called white man is doing some wickedness, man, at the end of the day. At the end of the day, he's just doing what he's always done, and that's wickedness, man. It's no longer a conspiracy. This man has to go. For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device. Look at the word device. No, it's the same thing. Which they are not able to perform, man. And you're not going to perform it. You see? You're not going to perform it, man. Therefore shalt thou make them turn back when thou make ready thine arrows up on thy strings against the face of them. Be thou exalted, Yahweh, in thine own strength. So will we sing and praise thy power, man. And, man, it's going to be like a dream, man. The Lord is going to deliver us out of all of this madness. It seems impossible, but it's supposed to. Okay? Ezekiel 28:2. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, which this is code. The Bible is written in code for the biblical Edomites, man, who would have the fatness of the earth. Remember, Esau was blessed with the fatness of the earth and the sword. When was that fulfilled? It's being fulfilled right now. Thus saith the Lord God, behold, thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God. You see that? The Most High created DNA. When you read the scriptures in Psalms, what does it say? I was perfectly made, man. Okay? DNA is even Esau doesn't fully understand it. But he studies it, and now he's trying to conquer it. He's trying to conquer the Lord's plan. He's trying to conquer what is. There's a plan for everyone's life for the fulfillment of prophecy, and Esau is trying to offset that, especially the elect. Why do you think he's trying to stop gatherings of two or more? You can't gather with your family? You can't gather with one or more person? Because of what? This coronavirus outbreak. He doesn't want the word to go out. He's going to ban us meeting up and pushing these videos out soon. There's going to be a famine of the word. So he wants to play the role of the Most High God on all levels, man. Okay? I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas of the people. Yet thou art a man and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God. And this is him, man. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret they can hide from thee. You can't get away from anything. He has cameras everywhere, facial recognition system set up. He's literally trying to trap humanity in his snare, man, forever and ever and ever and ever, so that they can accomplish their new world order, man. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten riches and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. They have just done wickedness after wickedness after wickedness and set on a high horse, man. This is why Habakkuk, let's get that real quick and we can close it out. This is why Habakkuk was like, Lord, when he saw the vision of who the Lord was going to raise up. Habakkuk 1:13, thou art of purer eyes than to behold evil, and canst not look on iniquity. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that dealest treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devour the man that is more righteous than he? And that's his plan. So Habakkuk is like, Lord, when you do something. That's why we got to throw up them curses. We got to pray. And it's going to happen. The Lord ain't going to, this man ain't going to be able to do that forever. You got to be out of your damn mind to believe that Esau Edom is going to continue forever in this wickedness that he's doing, man. 2 months ago, he showed a Chinese person eating a bat. Now the whole world is being locked down, and he's doing wickedness, building 5G towers all over the earth. Now talking about 6G. And if a microwave can alter the nutrients that is in your food and fry it out, what the hell do you think these 5G towers and stuff going to do? Weaken what is, man. Whatever plan they have with it is wickedness, man. And make us men as the fishes of the sea, as the creeping things that have no rule over them. You see that? He wants humanity he treats humanity as a person going fishing, man. Just trap him in a net, man. In wickedness. They take up all of them with the angle. They catch them in their net and they gather them in their drag. Therefore, they rejoice and are glad. Okay. And the angle, like I said, is something you fish with, a fishing hook, man. And people fall for it every time, man. People fall for his bullshit all the time, man. And they're going to look to the very people who created this big problem for a solution, man. And that's where he's going to have everybody in his hands, man. Because people want to get back to everyday. People are tired of this shit, man. You know, I went and took a walk yesterday, man. And people, you could see, like, they were ready to chill, man. They're ready to get out. They're tired of being in the house. So as this thing gets harsher and harsher and harsher, man, people are going to start to cry for a solution once they see, damn, people are really being offed, man. Because it's not that the virus is fake. It's something they created, but the hype around it, they really want to get people's mind geared towards what's coming, man. And eventually it's going to be that RFID technology, man. And then, of course, the chip comes with that. But this devil got a lot planned, man. Let me just go to the point. Verse 16, therefore they sacrifice into their net. They burn incense into their drag. Witchcraft, these left-hand priests, scientists, because by them their portion is fat and their meat plenteousness, man. They're winning off of wickedness, man. And off of deception and destroying people. Tricking people into, as the scriptures say, you selleth nations through your whoredom. Okay? To sell someone through your whoredoms. It says, I'll get that real quick. It says, shall they therefore empty their net and not continually to slay the nations, spare continually to slay the nations? Are they going to ever be stopped? Well, the Lord gives the answer in the next 2 chapters. Read it when you have time. And it's going to be through these Edomites that the Lord is going to have all of this stuff stop, man. Okay, hold up. Maybe Nahum. I believe it's Nahum, Salakia. Nahum, the 3rd chapter. Yep, Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft that selleth nations through her whoredoms. When you look up this word selleth, makar, to sell, to be sold, to sell oneself, to be given over to death, man. So people are being given over to death through witchcraft, man. Everybody who was taking hold to the devil's plan and what he's put out there, look at the end result. Look at black culture. But anyway, man, this devil's crazy.
Their ability to think on their own, to make decisions on their own, and to affect them on a moral level. Their moral independence, their beliefs, religious, moral, ethical, legal, all of those go away. If you remove the independent thought and that awareness that you've lost your independence is gone, what then do the powers that be do with these new forms of humans, hybrids? They can control them. They can turn them into a serf class. Not S-U-R-F, not surfers. SERF, a class of slaves to serve the elite, to serve the Ray Kurzweils of the world who want to achieve immortality, but they need to have labor to manufacture, develop all of the technologies. And they have enough technologies now. The technology, the scientific world, if you will, has reached the level where they don't care about hiding it anymore. Their agenda is so far advanced, both politically, philosophically, their sense of morals, and technologically, that no longer are they worried about you and me as the serf class and the coming serf class. They're not worried about what we think. They're not worried about us rebelling. And in fact, we won't rebel, partly because right now we've been so dumbed down through a variety of mechanisms. But once people...
The water, the food, the education, the breaking down of family structures, the destroying of cultures, you know. Yeah. And it's much, much more this devil has going on, man. Hopefully y'all are edified. Shalom.